Games, nice.
Up in hallway window, dead. I got you, Pug.
Yeah, that's Case, by the way. Case in
Games,
hallway.
then on games.
In games.
1 on 4 remaining.
Shark.
Now, 3, 2, 1, go.
He's in kitchen.
He's stuck. He's trapped.
Shoot it.
Bang!
Hostiles eliminated.
I got him.
Whoa. Wait, you actually got him.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I kind of have split kid. I have split kid.
One maintenance. That's him. He's down.
By the way, just play.
Yeah, he's dead. Let's go, Sens.
I still have your.
You guys are just chilling with the one. Sens getting crazy with
I'm
it.
reloading.
Shots.
3 seconds left.
1 on 4.
Nice, Sunny.
But
Yep. Get ready. We
I got
can.
it.
10 seconds left.
Let me die first.
Oh!
you're a troll.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about one of the deadliest roamers in Rainbow Six Siege on defense, Alibi. We're doing an operator guide on how to excel while playing Alibi. We're talking all about her weaponry, general play style, your role as Alibi, and generally how to win and rank up more while playing Alibi. Let's get to it. Let's talk about our loadout. You have the MX4 Storm and ACS 12 shotgun. So the Storm is an amazing SMG. It has incredible firepower. Recoil is very minimal. Honestly, this is what I run. I just run flash hitter and vertical grip just to keep this thing stable as possible. And you just spray bullets. This thing is no joke. That's why the 1.5 was taken away. And we talk about the AC-12 shotgun. So this is a slug shooter. You can run 1.5 or you can run a 2x. If you do plan on running this, either run the 1.5 or the 2x. It is 30 bullets, so it's not bad. And it can kind of function like a DMR, but it doesn't shoot incredibly fast. And it doesn't have that much recoil either, so you can definitely get away using this gun. In fact, you are going to see a lot of people use this gun, but most people tend to side with the Storm, and I am one of those people. So then you also have, for sidearm, you have a Carados or a Bailiff. I mean, this should be pretty obvious. You run the Bailiff. This was going to be extremely handy to make sight rotations, line of sight, whatever you need on the fly. Especially as a roamer, you're going to want to be able to open hatches, make a rotate if you need to, etc. So that's going to be a good one. And it can be used to kill in incredibly close range. It is a shotgun, so use it carefully. It doesn't have that much range. Then you have impact grenades or deployable shield. Occasionally you will need a shield on your team, so Alibi is not a bad option for that. Most of the time I personally run impacts, so I can keep that aggression, that roaming presence, and run around and impact or rotate whenever I need to. Combined with the Bailiff to set up the site, I leave my teammates in a good position to hold off the enemy while I work around and flank everybody. Now let's talk about Alibi's Gemini clone. You throw a clone and it pops like this. If an enemy shoots it, they'll be marked for about a couple seconds, and leaving you able to have a constant ping on them and pre-fire out whatever you need to do in that moment in time. So another big question is, where do I place these? I'll see a lot of people just place them like this. The best way to get the most bang for your buck with Alibi clones is put them in a position where they can't just instantly be shot at, like so. I'll put them on a head angle like so. So an enemy comes in, they'll accidentally shoot it, and it'll ping them, and then the enemy will probably fall. More than likely, they will fall back. And you can peek around your clone, or you can walk in front of it and just take your place of your clone, so people might not know you're there. This is why I strongly suggest you have a default uniform on as Alibi, because your Gemini clone will not change uniforms no matter what. So another way that I like to use Alibi clones, so I'll use one like I just showed you. I'll leave one like so, just kind of help confuse them when they're coming in. And then let's say I'm roaming on the penthouse side, one thing that I'll do is I'll leave one clone in the middle of a doorway, so I know they had to have walked through the doorway, or I can leave two. So I'll do one like that, and then I'll do like one like that. So I'll know if they ever come through this Hall of Fame area or circle around, because I will be able to see my clones wherever they're at on the map. So I'll be able to tell instantly if an enemy shot one. If they try to walk past it, they trigger it. Another way that you can use your clone, like, let's say I'm in a firefight, like near top white, near luggage door. I'm fighting. I'll drop that, and more than likely, the enemy will pre-fire my position, and I can just come around and pre-fire at the reveal marker. It's been working a lot of different ways. So, like, let's say I'm pre-firing out like this. They shoot it and get pinged, and then I'm do that. All right, guys. Now we're gonna go through some gameplay as alibis. We're gonna go through the clips that you guys saw previously, and talk about what happened in these clips and why it worked specifically for alibi. So here, I'm just in an off angle. I know the enemy is aware of my general positioning, not necessarily in this area, but more like towards the piano door. So I'm on an off angle. So when I hear him, I'm going to come up spraying. And I made a rotate behind me with my bailiff just in case something like this happened and he does walk inside and I take him out. Not many people peek from that angle. Always that's part of the reason why I like the bailiff, just to make a quick line of sight if I need to in the moment. I push forward. Keep your crosser up, ready for a gunfight at all times. I hear my teammates taking shots. It looks like the castle's down or it's about to be down, so I know I have to be slightly aggressive here, because if I don't, then we might lose sight, and then I'll have to barrel in, and they're probably going to take me out. Come in, take one out. I hear one start to rotate up shark, and here's what we do here. We do a 3-2-1 on just pushing this guy instead of us just waiting. We could play this passive, but this is what we go for. So we have Ice Cold swing from the left while I swing from the right. He's fighting more me while Ice flanks around, taking the firefight, and we hit the shot. Storm is an amazing gun. Here's the next clip. Shoots my alibi clone, so I know now that he is within line of sight of this clone. So that means he's either going to be the left side of the arcade staircase, on the staircase itself, or probably at the drug double door. Athena gives me a ping where the guy is probably going to be at. He's not at the door, so I try to pre-fire at the wall, like he probably just peeked out and just going back. And we find him there. Fast forward. Just see me taking aggressive fights I don't really need to. So here, bucks the wall, and I just take him out. This is why I like having impacts, just in case. If I let this guy crawl away, a teammate might be able to revive him, especially because it is a 3v2. So impacts, just pretty nice, just for the quick finish off. Like so. Pop. So I'm being a little weird here. I go into an off angle because I know that he's going to be on the door. So I stand up, and guy's not really ready for me to be there. And always have your crosshair head height when you go for fights like this, especially because they're not going to be in the middle of the door. They're never going to be in the middle of the door. They're either going to be on the right side or the left side. So I believe that he was on the right side because he would have had to come down the staircase and win that firefight. And it's something I like to do with the bailiff a lot. When you get close range like this, even if, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of range, but up close like this, it kills pretty quickly with how fast you can fire it. This is one thing I love about the Storm, is if you know that your crosshair is going to be on someone's head, even if they're sprinting by, the chance that they're going to get by this hailstorm of bullets is going to be incredibly low. So here you're going to see, I do see him go by, so I'm like, okay, you might double back. So we just pre-fire the spot where he's going to be, give it a second. castle, so now I know he has to be on this angle. We pre-fire out and take him out. And going forward, I'll walk around this castle strat here. So I know one's control and one's by top dragon. I don't see him on that angle. We find the other one. I start to flank around to the control side. Be a little flashy, but I don't see him. Did an air job on purpose to get him over here, but he goes over to ice cold instead. In the clutch, it's a 3v3. There's not much time left, so they are going to have to flood. So we'll take one out. Now it's a 2v3. So now I know that it is going to be pretty tough to win all of this. So I want to just try to get a pick and try to hold into freezer. I hear one in the bathroom. We'll take him out. I see another one coming. He goes down, and I just hold with my bailiff. This is why I like the bailiff. It is so good in moments like this where it's just a clutch moment. You just need to take one guy out as they're swinging, and you're going to be able to put them down pretty fast. Don't be afraid to just empty the entire thing, because I mean, if you miss, I mean, you're going to be dead anyway. So might as well make sure they go down and win the round. And for the final clip, we're going to talk about Alibi's aggression and just how powerful this gun is. Just look at these shots. Crosshair up, ready for a fight. Don't be afraid to pre-fire quite a bit, because if they ever walk into where your crosshair is going to be, if your crosshair placement is going to be decent, you're going to rip them off. You're going to rip their heads clean off. You are shooting more bullets than practically any gun in the game, besides like the SMG-11. Checking the angles with slow quick peeks just to see if anyone's there, because the ADS speed is really fast. So I know I am going to be able to ADS fairly quickly, especially when I catch him off guard with a swing.
He's upside down.
We take him out with a headshot. That is it today on how to play as Alibi. Just remember, when you pick Alibi, you don't have that much utility that is needed in the late game, so don't be afraid to be a little bit more aggressive, especially when you play an Alibi. And make sure that you're not just AFK in the phone phase, aka prep phase. Help set up. A lot of people won't have shotguns, or maybe some of your teammates may not know all the sight rotations or line of sight that you specifically want for holding that sight. So don't be afraid to just run around and bailiff. A lot of times Alibi will not reinforce during the round. During prep phase, I'll run around and make the rotations unless I see like a smoke player or someone else making rotations. Don't double up too much on site rotations. So if you do see your teammates do that, then don't be afraid to go help reinforce. But yeah, Alibi is a pretty simple and straightforward op. Just be aggressive, and should pay off, especially if you rock the storm. All right, guys, make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, and leave a like down below for more. And let me know down in the comments what op you want next. All right, until next time.